Hello everybody and welcome back to Red Eagle Politics. Make sure you like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So it's been a while since we've ever really talked about Joe Biden's approval rating on this channel, and it surprisingly has gone up ever since it hit a low point in late July. It was down there at 37. It's actually gone back up to 44%, which is about the highest that it's really been since late 2021. And there are reasons we could talk about for why that is, and we'll get into that in this video. But Biden is now under fire because they found plenty of classified documents that were taken with him from the time when he was VP. And we're going to get into this. And now Democrats have actually thrown him under the bus along with Republicans who are launching their investigations. Merrick Garland has now appointed a special counsel. Biden's own attorney general has appointed a special counsel to investigate the handling of these Biden documents. So we're going to dive into it. We're going to talk about Biden's approval rating. What does it mean? What is the end game here? Why are Democrats exactly turning on Biden? Or is this just all for show? We're going to be discussing it, but first I have to tell you guys about my very good friends over at Noble Gold. So gold prices could surge to $4,000 an ounce in 2023, and Noble Gold Investments has all the details. As recession fears persist, Jörg Kiner, chief investment officer of investment company Swiss Asia Capital, said that many economies could face a little bit of a recession in the first quarter, which could lead to many central banks slowing their pace of interest rate hikes and making gold instantly more attractive. And if 2022 taught us anything, it's that tangible assets are the only assets you could count on, like gold. So what are you waiting for? Thousands of people have started making a move towards a secure retirement. Join them by opening up a gold IRA or silver IRA with Noble Gold Investments. If you get in before the end of the month, you'll bag an incredibly free quarter-ounce American Gold Eagle coin with every qualified IRA of $50,000. You can't go wrong with Noble Gold Investments and their thousands of 5-star reviews. So, Joe Biden's approval rating, it's going up, which is astounding because you have an economy that by many metrics is in shambles. You have gas prices significantly higher compared to where they were a couple of years ago. You have a wide open border directly as a result of Biden's policies and getting rid of the Remain in Mexico policy. And now you have millions upon millions of illegal aliens during the Biden administration every year pouring into this country, among a lot of other missteps on the part of the Biden administration. His America Last foreign policy that he tries to emphasize every single second that he possibly can regarding the world stage. But still, for some reason, he's not going away. He's hanging in there, which means that if Republicans on, their side of things are not able to get their act together, if they have a divided party, a second Biden term, as ridiculous as it may sound, could actually happen. Now, it's far from guaranteed. I'm not exactly being a doomer, but it is kind of a warning to Republicans that they need to get their act together. But Biden has gotten in a little bit of hot water as of late. Now, his approval rating has been rising. I don't know if that's going to continue. It looks like Democrats may be banking on it to fall a little bit. Some people may say that when you have a more divided government, that your approval rating does go up a little bit because the unpopularity of your agenda gets blocked, even though the unpopularity of his agenda was basically already getting blocked in the Senate anyways, and still likely would get blocked in the Senate by people like Joe Manchin. But now you have the House that's going to be Republican, and now they're looking into Biden, obviously. And it has been found that Biden had been harboring a lot of these documents, classified documents. And now the Democrat Attorney General, Merrick Garland, who was appointed by Biden to become Attorney General, has appointed a special counsel to investigate the handling of the Biden documents. This is true. And they just keep finding more documents upon more documents. And Biden was the same guy who was going off about Donald Trump for months because he had documents or so at Mar-a-Lago that apparently were not even that egregious from what we understand, although Biden's allegedly have more to do with national security issues and also potentially to do with Ukraine, as many people are speculating. And then he had these shady business dealings that took place there, which involved his son. And it's very possible that he could be implicated if these investigations do go on. Now, I will say the fact that so many Democrats are throwing Biden under the bus or are supporting the special counsel is a little bit strange, and it could just be a setup, and that's also possible. Either that or they actually want to legitimately get rid of Joe Biden for some reason, which if his approval rating was like 10 points lower, I would kind of understand, but it is actually going up, and we could say, well, polls are not accurate, and that's true, but, you know, polls usually in the past were not accurate for like the past 8 years in the other direction in terms of them overestimating Democrats. 2022 wasn't entirely the case, so who exactly knows anymore? But the bottom line is they've showed Biden's approval rating going up by a sizable amount, and it's important to understand that Democrats are throwing him under the bus. You look at Ilhan Omar even is glad to see the special counsel for the classified documents. Adam Schiff, who is very much in lockstep with Biden in the Democrat Party, entrenched in the Democrat establishment. Same thing with Raphael Warnock, supporting the special counsel, saying that he was glad to see the president cooperating, but saying that they have to be taken seriously and handled with a great deal of care, and no one is above the law. So very interesting. I don't even know what the end game is here for these people throwing Joe Biden under the bus. It could be for various reasons, one could say. And we know that there are going to be more investigations. Maybe they want to handle the investigations first. Maybe they want to look like the good guys so they could say, oh, Biden did nothing wrong, even if he did do something wrong. And maybe it would cause House Republicans to back off of more investigations. I'm sure you're going to see investigations regardless in the House. They're going to be looking into it. You're going to have the special counsel looking into it, I'm sure. But it's interesting to see because there's this thing that I've kind of theorized about the Biden formula, and Democrats may be playing into this. You mess up a lot, and we saw that with the economy. We saw that with gas prices, inflation, etc. You do very small things to appear like you are rectifying the problem. For example, Biden, before the midterms, tapping in to the emergency oil reserves. Why was he exactly doing that? Obviously to score political points. In terms of the border, it's still wide open, which Biden's going to keep the border wide open as much as possible because you have more people that could get amnesty, more people that could be Democrat voters by and large pouring into this country at unprecedented rates. But it's very possible that right before 2024 or in early 2024, I'm not going to say he'll like reinstate remain in Mexico, but he very well could appear like he's fixing the problem or something like that in order to make sure that he could still gain enough votes from independents to manage to barely get by or at least try to get by. And that's kind of what this is. So maybe now they see his approval rating rising. They're saying, oh, we're going to hype this up. We're going to appoint a special counsel. Even the New York Times is going to say it's a big deal. ABC, all of the mainstream media that has usually been pro-Biden is going to turn on him a little bit. It's very possible that they could ease off of it a little bit and he'll like come out on top and it'll be like, oh, this was all a Republican conspiracy, even though they appointed their own special counsel for it, which is a bit strange, but it is true. Who knows what's exactly going to happen? The media is going to do everything they can to prop Biden up ahead of 2024, portray him as like this warrior president, even though he could like barely stand up properly. And like I said, he would run for re-election as long as he is mentally, I guess you would say, about half as mentally intact as he was in 2020, which is about half of what, not even half of what he was mentally intact like in 2016. But either way, we do know that it is very likely that Biden does run. He's declared his intent. The Hill, many of these reports have talked about, he's going to announce formally soon for 2024. It's unlikely he faces any challengers within the Democrat Party. Maybe he'll face somebody like a Nina Turner, who will get like 15% of the vote in Iowa and New Hampshire before dropping out and then just throwing her support behind Biden like the whole so-called like Bernie wing of the party does, because they always bend the knee. They're the useful idiots of the Democrat establishment that are used to move the Overton window further and further on social issues, and obviously the Democrat establishment caves into them and adopts all of those for the most part. Meanwhile, you will see like the economic issues at the end of the day. They'll always bend the knee to the Democrat establishment as well when it comes to things like that or corporate issues, because they're just all a part of the same establishment. They just serve their own purpose, and they're the useful idiots, and we know that, and it's not like Biden's going to face a major challenger. Now, it's possible that they do want Biden out of there. Maybe they just do believe he can't win or something like that. Then we could talk about them propping up somebody like a Gavin Newsom, who I think would run relatively in line with Biden in 2024. I mean, the guy's governor of California isn't really that popular, couldn't even win a deep blue state like California by as much as somebody like Ron DeSantis won a relatively right-leaning swing state like Florida by over a former governor. Meanwhile, Newsom ran against somebody who was basically a nobody, and he underperformed the recall result, which a lot of Republicans put a lot of funding and energy into. So who really knows what's going to happen ahead of 2024? But what we do know is it's very interesting to see what's happening. Biden's approval rating is going up. Could it dip after this? I don't know. What is the end game? Is it possible that they do want him out of the way? Maybe they don't exactly see him as viable despite his climbing approval. I don't know what the real end game is here. I really don't know. But you're probably going to see more investigations because of the fact that the GOP has retaken the House. McCarthy's the Speaker in name only. He agreed to all the Freedom Caucus demands. That includes a lot more investigations that may be chaired by some pretty decent representatives, because now the more based people or the Freedom Caucus in Congress have more power than they did. So who knows what the end game is here? I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Do you expect Biden to actually get indicted by his own party, or at least his approval rating to dip? Do you really expect to see them attacking him a lot? Or do you think it's just a distraction that they're playing into so Biden can come out on top and it's going to boost his re-election chances? Who knows? Let me know in the comments. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Like this video down below, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media. The links are all in the description down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Red Eagle, out.